Welcome to Skedline. It's Wednesday, November 27th. I'm Sarah Taher, and here's what's happening in News Now. A man charged with tossing liquid feces on people in 3 separate attacks this week is scheduled to appear in court this morning. In total, police said 5 people were assaulted. 23-year-old Toronto resident Samuel Opoku was arrested at 6 p.m. last night at a shelter in downtown Toronto. The man has been charged with 5 counts of assault with a weapon and 5 counts of mischief. Police said it's too early to say whether mental health may have been a factor. Canada must quadruple their carbon tax contribution in the next decade. The Ecofiscal Commission of Canada says this is the most cost-effective way to fight climate change. Our current national carbon price needs to be raised from $20 to over $200 per ton. This means you'll see an increase of 40 cents at the pump in the next 10 years. The goal is to cut Canada's greenhouse gas emissions by 1/3 by the year 2030. Wireless devices, radio, and TV stations will issue emergency messages today. Depending on where you live, the test will be conducted mid-morning or early afternoon. The test alerts are necessary to ensure the system is working properly and to educate Canadians on what the warning signals look and sound like. Canadians with compatible devices who don't receive the alert are being asked to contact their wireless service provider. After a week-long strike, Canadian National Railway and the union representing workers have made a tentative deal. Over 3,000 CN workers have been without a contract since July. They walked off the job on November 19th over concerns about long hours, fatigue, and dangerous working conditions. Yard assignments began again today at 6 a.m. CN President and CEO JJ Rouet made a statement thanking customers and employees for their patience and support. In other labor news, Ontario elementary and high school teachers are on their second day of work to rule. The teachers' unions have been negotiating with the province for months, but have yet to find a resolution. During work to rule, teachers do not participate in unpaid meetings outside of school hours, including PA days. They also do not take part in standardized testing and will not provide comments on report cards. Teachers are upset with the provincial government's moves to increase class sizes, to include mandatory e-learning, and to cut course options and other resources. The Ontario Education Minister, Stephen Lecce, says the government has been reasonable in contract talks. Now let's go to Emma Mowick for the weather.
Thanks, Sarah. And now with the weather. If you weren't quite ready for winter yet, then today is the last day to enjoy the unseasonal temperatures. Unfortunately, the wind and rain is putting a bit of a damper on people's ability to enjoy the fall-like weather today.
Don't like the rain, don't like the cold. I kind of, if I want cold, I just want the snow. I feel like Mother Nature is finally angry at us and she's had enough. And she's like, this is what you guys get.
Crazy windy. It's insane. My umbrella just turned, just completely turned, and it was hard to wake up in the morning.
Today we're seeing more unseasonal weather with a daytime high of 10. But don't put away your coats since rain and wind are making it feel a bit more chilly outside. The rain will be continuing into the night as we drop to a low of 3. That will end the short streak of warmer weather we've been having, because tomorrow will be a bit more seasonal with a high of 3 and -5 as a low and a chance of showers throughout the day. Friday, we are going to see a mix of sun and cloud with a high of -1 and nighttime temperatures dropping to -6. This weekend will bring more winter weather with a high of -3 on Saturday, and snow will be hitting Saturday night, continuing on through Sunday. So make sure your winter coats and boots are ready since we're likely to enter into December with the white fluffy stuff on the ground. Sunday, a high of 0 and a low of -3 with periods of snow throughout the day. Now, moving on to an international story. The United States is bracing for 2 historic storms as Thanksgiving approaches, and it's throwing a wrench in holiday travel plans. A winter storm is brewing from Iowa to Michigan with heavy snow and winds expected. Thousands are already affected by widespread power outages. Meanwhile, a cyclone is threatening the west coast with wind and heavy rain. Airport delays are already becoming an issue. This on the morning before American Thanksgiving. More delays are expected and are threatening people's holiday travel plans. Now for entertainment news with Hadil El-Sayed.
Anybody interested in free popcorn, snacks, and laughter? Go to the comedy show in the A Building Auditorium at 7 p.m. tonight. Students will be performing stand-up, sketch comedy, improv, musical acts, and so much more. From the comedy stage to superstardom, Celine Dion tops Billboard 200 for the first time in over 17 years. Courage is Celine Dion's 5th album to reach #1 on the Billboard 200. In 1 week, Dion's album sold almost 120,000 records. This doesn't include the number of times that it has been streamed or downloaded. Her last album, 2013's Loved Me Back to Death, debuted at number 2 on Billboard 200. Dion is the 4th woman to have a number 1 album in each of the past 3 decades, joining Janet Jackson, Barbra Streisand, and Britney Spears. K-pop group EXO will release its 6th album, Obsession, tomorrow. The boy band's comeback was announced on November 2nd. The album has 10 tracks in both Korean and English. EXO has created an alter ego called XEXO, which they drew inspiration from for their entire album. Reality show actor Godfrey Gao has died of a heart attack. Gao was 35. The actor and model, best known for his role in 2013's The Mortal Instruments City of Bones, died early this morning after fainting on the set of game show Chase Me being filmed in China. Gao was born in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm Hadil Al-Sayed. That's what's making entertainment today. Let's go to Christian Holmes with sports.
Thank you, Hadil. Calgary Flames head coach Bill Peters will not be behind the bench tonight as the team takes on the Buffalo Sabres. Peters is under investigation for racial slurs he allegedly made when he coached the American Hockey League's Rockford IceHogs. Former National Hockey League player Akeem Alou said on Twitter that Peters uttered the racial slurs in the dressing room before a morning skate during the 2009-10 season when he played for the IceHogs. Alou said after Peters' racist comments, the locker room went completely silent. TSN hockey insider Frank Cervelli was able to corroborate Alou's story with 2 of his former teammates. Players are also accusing Peters of being physically abusive. Former Carolina Hurricanes defenseman Mikael Jordan has alleged abusive behavior by Peters when he was the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes. Jordan said Peters kicked him in the back during a game. The entire bench was said to seen the incident. Players felt more confident to share their stories after word spread around the league about the Mike Babcock incident. The former Maple Leafs head coach forced the then rookie Mitch Marner to rate his teammates' work ethic. As the story goes, Babcock then showed the results to Marner's teammates. This caused the veterans on the Maple Leafs to stick up for Marner and condemn Babcock's actions. The story led to much outrage throughout the entire hockey world. TSN hockey insider Bob McKenzie reported on TSN 1050 that the NHL Players Association wants players to use its protocol for reporting these incidents rather than speaking up on Twitter. Activists are saying this is a part of hockey culture that needs to be exposed. They are hoping players will continue to come forward no matter what the NHLPA is telling them. For more on this story, please head over to skedline.com. In other hockey news, the Montreal Canadiens were trounced by the Boston Bruins 8-1. Bruins forward David Pastrnak had himself a night, scoring 3 goals and earning himself Player of the Game honors. Montreal has now lost 5 in a row and has dropped to 3rd place in the Atlantic Division. The Toronto Maple Leafs look to continue their journey to the top of the standings when they play the Detroit Red Wings tonight. Leafs new head coach Sheldon Keefe continues to teach his players the new system. Keefe's system focuses on letting his star players play to their strengths. He wants to emphasize zone entries and puck possession. Leafs captain John Tavares said he loves Keefe's new approach to the game, adding that players on the team will look to build on the foundation that Keefe is laying with his system. Transitioning to the Hoot, the injury-prone Toronto Raptors head into tonight to battle with the New York Knicks. The Raptors came off a big win against the Philadelphia 76ers on Monday night in a rematch of the 2019 Eastern Conference semifinals. Raptors head coach Nick Nurse said the win against Philly was a big boost to his team's confidence. Toronto Raptors fans enjoyed the win. They also enjoyed seeing another upset 76ers Joel Embiid leading the Scotiabank Arena. Raptors point guard Fred VanVleet, or FVD as fans like to call him, said he wants the home crowd to bring the same type of infectious energy they had on Monday to tonight's game against the loathsome Knicks. Moving on to some Canadian football news, the 2019 Grey Cup winning Winnipeg Blue Bombers held their victory parade yesterday. The Winnipeg fans were ecstatic to see the silver trophy making its way around the streets of the Peg after a long 3 decades of waiting for such an event to occur. While fans in Winnipeg celebrated, the Hamilton Tiger Cats pondered on what to do next. The Ticats have not won the Grey Cup since 1999. CFL analysts said this was Hamilton's best chance to win the trophy and end the drought. Fortunately for Tiger Cats fans, as they say, there's always next year. That concludes today's Sportscast. Good luck to everyone this exam season. Enjoy the holidays and party responsibly. Now let's throw it to Sarah for the news.
Thanks, Christian. This is our last show of 2019. Have a good holiday season, and we'll see you in the new year. I'm Sarah Taher for Skedline News.